It's December, and if you're looking for some Christmas horror, you've come to the right Halloween special. We have tales stacked on top of tales in this month's funny book. Brandon's Monster Morgue is dissecting the 4th issue of Bart Simpson's Treehouse, or should I say, Millhouse of Horror. The mischievous Simpson child is up to no good in his room on this cover, as he's grafted Santa's little helper's head onto Homer's shoulder and switched Millhouses with Snowball 2's. Lisa isn't very happy. At least Bart seems amused. It's ho-ho horror time with I Faced Tanenbaum, the Christmas Tree from Another World by Chuck Dixon. Homer is devastated that their Christmas tree has rusted. Lisa believes they should get a tree that they can plant in the backyard after the holiday is over, instead of buying a plastic tree that will end up in a landfill. After looking at the different trees, including one already sold to some blockhead, Lisa finds the perfect one for the family. Strangely, there's no price tag on it, but the hippie sells it to them for $100. After driving home on the road of foreshadowing, the Simpsons set up the tree and decorate it. Lisa is puzzled as to what species of tree this actually is. That night, she sneaks downstairs to the terrifying sight of her family's Christmas tree, with eyes and a mouth full of sharp teeth. This is no tree. He is the alien Tanenbaum, sent here on a scouting mission ahead of a mass invasion. Kang and Kodos are kicking themselves for not landing on Earth earlier. Tanenbaum explains his species invasion plan. They will enslave humanity, and those who resist will suffer a fate of Soylent Green proportions. Lisa gets an axe to chop down and stop Tanenbaum, but she could never harm a plant. Instead, she will find someone who can. She calls Mulder and Scully, Chief Wiggum, even her dad. Nobody believes her. It looks like the human race is doomed, unless some dumb luck helps us out. It's not uncommon for the Simpsons to mix a little Christmas into their Halloween outings, but this story dives headfirst into the holiday. It's an unusual story packed with flashbacks, what-ifs, and callbacks to previous Treehouse of Horror and Christmas episodes. It has plenty for Simpsons fans to feast upon. Taking a short break from the stories, Bart introduces us to a 2-page spread he calls Rigel IV, Springfield 0. So we do get to see what happens when Kang and Kodos take over after all. There is a lot going on in this parade of peril. I love Mr. Burns' giant robot firing rockets, and the reference to the Village People and Can't Stop the Music is an odd addition. Step right up to a full fare of fables and a batch of stories within a story called The Illustrative Man, written by Batten Lash, a takeoff from Ray Bradbury's collection of short stories, The Illustrated Man. The Simpsons are at the carnival, and Bart and Lisa wander off and find a man covered in tattoos. These tattoos were inked onto him by a sorcerer who uses the artwork to tell his dark stories. Bart's attention is caught by a couple of the tats. The reluctant corpse is an anxious appetizer. Patty and Selma have learned voodoo to bring one of their gentleman callers back from the grave. The zombie fears an eternity with the two, a fate truly worse than death. A humorous preamble to the rest of the tattoos. Moving on to the Beast with 4 Fingers, where a severed arm terrorizes the people of Springfield. Not so much a story, more of a showcase of different situations involving the animated appendage. Lisa doesn't believe the tattoos really come alive until she sees one that looks like her. In Screaming, Lisa is subjected to all the annoying aspects of her life, the things that make her want to scream. But she won't, because she sees herself as above it all. But even the most iron-willed 8-year-olds have their limits. The real Lisa runs off, screaming. The last tattoo, Basketball, has Bart and Milhouse spending their summer watching groundskeeper Willie carry a basket on his shoulder day after day. Bart believes Willie has mutated and is hiding an evil duplicate head in the basket. That turns out not to be the case, but only if Bart knew just how close to the truth he really was. Just like the Ray Bradbury book, our illustrative man's tattoos are the source of most of today's stories. It's a creative way to fit more stories than usual into the Treehouse format, while also paying homage to one of our great science fiction authors. And giving each little vignette their own color scheme was pretty cool. Not every joke in this issue lands for me, but this Millhouse of Horror really has everything. From Christmas to Easter, multiple alien invasions, creatures, and monsters. There is so much stuff that whatever didn't work for me is bound to work for somebody else. It's tons of holiday fun, with so many characters and guest stars getting a moment to shine. It's a perfect gift for under your tree house, that is. I'll see you next time in our monthly Halloween home after we've launched into the new year.